Is it on?
It's on.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Masterpiece Theater. No! This isn't Masterpiece Theater! This is the Adventure Show! I'm the Shark Man. And again, we're back with 7 things that you need to know about sharks before you get back in the water. In our last episode, we talked about kick-ass things about sharks, why sharks have been around for longer than dinosaurs. And in this episode, we're talking about where have all the sharks gone? How is it that we just don't see so many sharks anymore? And that's a great question. The other day, I was reading a copy of Smithsonian Magazine, great for me, lots of pictures, if you know what I mean. And I saw this incredible article. It was about fishing in the Florida Keys. And they showed, from the 1950s to present, pictures of landing catches from the same boat. And it's amazing, in the 50s and 60s on the docks, strewn with big sharks, 6-7 foot Caribbean reef sharks, huge grouper, all that kind of stuff. And what do you think the pictures look like from today, from 2009, 2010? That's it, that's right. Tiny little fish, no sharks, no big groupers, that's it. That, folks, is literally all that's left. So what in the world is going on, and where have all of our sharks gone? Well, that's a great question. And so, as usual, the Shark Man went underwater, behind the scenes, and got the skinny for you on this. And the numbers, and I guess this is where it gets a little serious here, the numbers are stunning. They're staggering. It's messed up. The numbers range from 38 million sharks caught and killed a year to well over 100 million. And from the research that I did, I found that the number is more likely on the high end. So who is catching and killing 100 million sharks a year, and why are they doing it? Well, the first problem is commercial longlining. These are commercial ships from all over the world that set long lines out that are hundreds of miles long, and they're literally reeling in thousands of sharks at a time. Now, what are they doing with all this sharks, shark meat? What are they doing with it? Well, there's a number of uses for sharks, but the biggest thing, the biggest issue, problem, if you will, is shark finning. They pull up the shark while the shark is still alive. They take a razor-sharp knife and they cut off all the fins while it's still thrashing there, and they kick its body back into the water, and it sinks and drowns and dies. And that's what they do. Because shark fin soup is a delicacy over in Asia. It is a sign of influence, and it fetches $700 per kilo of dried shark fin on the market. Wholesale, this means over $100 in many places per kilo, which is big, big money in a lot of places where this shark finning is done. It's like drug money, and in some places it's mafia run. And so that's what is wiping out millions of sharks every year. In addition to that, sport fishing in the U.S. alone, and these are slightly old numbers, but 14 million landings a year. That's an incredible number of sharks. So it's no wonder that we look, and statistically speaking, scientifically speaking, we have lost 80 to 90% of certain species of sharks. They're just gone. And this is something that Manta Girl and I have seen for the last decade or more. You go in the water, and there's just no more sharks anymore, unless you go to some very specific places. The sharks are all gone. And so that's the reality of what we're up against. So what can you do about it? Well, that's a great question. At the end of this, there's going to be some resources, some websites you can go to get some more information, and some websites you can go to where you can make a difference so that me, you, children, grandchildren, all that great stuff, there will be sharks there in the future for all of us. And so that's the end of this episode. Our next and last episode, folks, where you can go in the world if you want to see some of these awesome, amazing sharks. Until then, happy diving, stay safe, be awesome.